In this video, I'm going to show you the best laptop for graphic design you can get at every price range. No matter your budget, I will help you find the best pick for your needs. Let's go. First, we are going to take a look at the best options in the under $700 range. First, we have the Acer Nitro ANV1550-151H9. I found its 13th generation Core i5 processor to be impressively quick for this price, easily handling my design apps like Photoshop and Illustrator. However, the screen's color accuracy isn't great for professional work, and the 8GB of memory really had me struggling when multitasking with large files. It's a powerful starter machine if you have an external monitor, but that limited memory holds it back compared to what else is on our list today. Next, we have the ASUS TUF Gaming A15FA 506 NCES 51. The big upgrade here is the GeForce RTX 3050 graphics card, which I noticed gave me a smoother experience with GPU-heavy effects and filters than the Acer's older RTX 2050. Just like the Nitro, its screen is definitely built more for gaming than for precise color grading, and it suffers from the same frustrating 8GB of memory that you'll want to upgrade almost immediately. This one is the pick if you need that extra bit of graphics power for 3D work or complex filters, but be prepared to spend a little extra on more memory down the line. Finally, we have the MSI Thin GF63. Right out of the box, this one felt the best for my graphic design workflow because it comes with 16GB of memory, which made multitasking between a bunch of Adobe apps feel way smoother than on the ASUS or Acer. While the processor is a slightly older 12th generation i5 and it has the weaker RTX 2050 graphics card, that extra memory is a game changer for day-to-day design tasks. Honestly, even with its equally basic screen, this is probably my top recommendation for a pure graphic designer on a tight budget, as that extra memory is the most critical upgrade and it's already included. Next, we're going to take a look at the best options in the $700 to $1,200 range. First, we have the ASUS ROG Strix G16. This thing is an absolute powerhouse for the price, packing a beefy Intel Core processor and a dedicated NVIDIA GeForce RTX graphics card that just plows through heavy Adobe Illustrator files and video rendering projects. However, it is a very big and heavy laptop that I would not want to carry around daily, and while its screen has a super high refresh rate for gaming, the color accuracy out of the box isn't always the best for professional design without a good calibration. So for pure raw performance at your desk, especially for demanding 3D or video work, it is tough to beat, but you are definitely trading away portability and top-tier screen quality for that power. Next, we have the Microsoft Surface Pro 11th Edition. The new OLED touchscreen on this device is a dream for graphic design with its incredible contrast and color vibrancy, and the ability to use it as a true digital drawing tablet with the new pen is fantastic for illustrators. Its new Snapdragon X processor is surprisingly efficient and keeps the device cool for long design sessions. But you do need to be aware that some older specialized design software might not run perfectly yet on this new ARM platform. Compared to the brute force of the ASUS, this is all about the creator experience, prioritizing an amazing screen and pen input in a package you can take literally anywhere, making it ideal for designers on the go. Finally, we have the Acer SwiftGo 14. This laptop really feels like the perfect middle ground, giving you a gorgeous and color-accurate OLED screen that is on par with the Surface Pros, but in a more traditional and very lightweight laptop form factor. The new Intel Core Ultra processor handles photo editing and vector design work in Photoshop and Illustrator without any issues, though its integrated ARC graphics will choke on the heavy 3D rendering or complex video effects that the ASUS would handle easily. So if the ASUS is just too much power and bulk for you, and you prefer a classic laptop over the Surface's tablet design, the SwiftGo 14 delivers that crucial high-quality screen for design work in an affordable, easy-to-carry package. Next, we're going to take a look at the best options in the $1,200 to $1,800 range. First, we have the Apple MacBook Air M3. That liquid retina display is incredibly color accurate right out of the box with its P3 wide color gamut, making it a joy to use for print and web design. Plus, the M3 chip handles massive Photoshop files with ease, and the battery lasts an entire workday. However, you are stuck with only 2 Thunderbolt ports, which means you will live the dongle life, and the base 8GB of memory can feel limiting if you are a heavy multitasker. So I strongly recommend the 16GB upgrade for any serious design work. Ultimately, its fanless silent operation is amazing for focus, but you are paying a premium for an ecosystem that lacks the touch and pen input you will see on the ASUS. Next, we have the Dell XPS 14940. The optional 3.2K OLED display on this machine is an absolute dream for designers, with deeply vibrant colors and contrast that makes the MacBook Air's screen look a bit dull in comparison. Performance is a huge advantage here, as you can configure it with a dedicated NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 graphics card, which will absolutely fly through video editing or any three-dimensional rendering that might be part of your workflow. The catch is that a spec suitable for design is significantly more expensive than the others. Its battery life will not get you through a full day away from the wall, like the MacBook, and that new capacitive touch bar for function keys is something you will either love or find incredibly frustrating. Finally, we have the ASUS ZenBook 14 Flip OLED. The biggest selling point here is the gorgeous 2.8K OLED touchscreen, which not only has fantastic Pantone validated colors, but also flips a full 360 degrees, turning it into a fantastic digital sketchpad for drawing directly in Illustrator with a stylus. For the price, the value is just incredible, giving you a versatile design tool and a great selection of ports, including HDMI and USB-A, which the MacBook Air lacks. The trade-off is that its overall performance and battery life are a clear step behind both the Dell and Apple, and while the build is solid, it just does not have that super dense premium feel that you get from the unibody construction of its competitors. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $1,800 to $2,500 range. First, we have the ASUS ProArt P16. This machine feels like it was built from the ground up for creators. With its absolutely stunning 4K OLED screen that covers 100% of the DCI-P3 color space, making my design work look incredibly vibrant and accurate. I love the ASUS style pad built right into the touchpad for quick adjustments in Photoshop, but I have to admit that for the power you get with its AMD Ryzen processor and NVIDIA graphics, the laptop is a bit on the thicker side compared to the Dell. While that heft helps it stay cool during long rendering sessions without throttling, it does make it less portable, which is a trade-off you need to consider. Next, we have the Dell XPS 16640. The moment I picked this one up, I was struck by its incredibly sleek and minimalist design. It truly feels like a premium piece of hardware with a gorgeous, bright display that is also fantastic for color-critical work. However, that slick design comes with some major functional compromises for a graphic designer, as the complete lack of ports besides USB Type-C means you'll be living a life full of dongles for your hard drives and card readers. That minimalist approach also extends to the keyboard, where the capacitive touch bar for function keys and the seamless haptic touchpad look cool, but were often frustrating for me to use when trying to work quickly with shortcuts. Finally, we have the ASUS ProArt Studiobook 16H7604J. This feels like the ultimate no-compromise mobile workstation of the bunch, taking everything great about the other ProArt and cranking it up with a top-tier Intel Core i9 processor and a more powerful NVIDIA RTX graphics card for unrivaled performance. The absolute standout feature here is the physical ASUS dial, a dedicated wheel that gives you tactile, precise control over your tools that is far superior to a touchpad version and something the Dell simply can't offer. Of course, all this power, a full selection of ports including an SD card reader, and that amazing dial mean this is the heaviest and bulkiest of the three, but for serious design work on the go, it's a powerhouse that's hard to beat. Next, we're going to take a look at the best options in the $2,500 plus range. First, we have the Apple MacBook Pro 16M4 Max. The Liquid Retina XDR display is an absolute dream for color-critical work, hitting brightness and contrast levels the other two simply cannot match for true high dynamic range content. The raw power and efficiency of the chip means I can scrub through massive video, timelines, or work with huge layered design files without a single hiccup, and the battery somehow still lasts all day, which is something that ASUS just can't do. However, you are locked into the classic laptop form factor, so for any hands-on drawing, you're buying a separate tablet, unlike the incredibly versatile Surface that's built for it. Next, we have the ASUS ProArt Studiobook Pro 16 OLED W7604Ji. Its biggest weapon is that stunningly accurate 3.2 K120Hz OLED screen paired with the physical ASUS dial right on the deck. which makes adjusting brush sizes or settings in creative apps feel incredibly intuitive. This thing is a true Windows powerhouse, packing a desktop-class Intel Core i9 and a professional NVIDIA RTX graphics card, which gives it an edge in raw graphical power for some 3D applications over the MacBook Pro. With all that power comes a lot of fan noise and heat under load, and the battery life is pretty disappointing, so you'll be chained to a wall outlet for most of your serious work sessions. Finally, we have the Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2. This one is all about its incredible flexibility, being able to pull the screen forward into a perfect digital easel for drawing with the excellent Slim Pen 2 is a game changer that the others can't replicate. Performance is a huge step up from its predecessor with an NVIDIA RTX 4060, making it perfectly capable for most design work in the Adobe suite, but it will definitely feel slower on heavy exports or 3D rendering compared to the sheer force of the ASUS and Apple machines. While it's the best for direct interaction, its PixelSense display, despite being a fast 120Hz panel, just isn't as bright or color-rich as the mini LED on the Mac or the jaw-dropping OLED on the ProArt. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you found this video to be helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future.